Set. Ready to run. There they go. Flaming Famous, the first of them out of the line over Revoose and also Patio Furniture. Going forward is Blast after the break. Gold Veins up there from True Aura. Marlini's going to push up at the 1400 down on the inside of Rodamonte, and back behind those Brave Call, getting back into the field with Pass around those Hip Wiggle 3 deep in the early part. After a gap then of a length and a half, Lollipop Lane followed further back in the field. When they settled down, Vagabond Boy, and anchored out the back last of all is the well-tried commodity Zip Zam Zoom, who settled 8 or 9 from the lead. At the 1,000 metres in the run down the riverside of the track, Flaming Famous kicks up to just hold the front over Revoose. Behind them, Blast a length away, stalking. Then 3 lengths Patio Furniture, who's down on the inside of Gold Vein. 3 wide then at the 800, True Aura, working around the outside in advance of Rodamonte Marlini on the inside of that pair, followed further back by Hip Wiggle. It was followed after a length by Passaran on the rails to Brave Call, Vagabond Boy, Lollipop Lane, and Zip Zam Zoom with the job in front of it. Still about 10 lengths from the leader here at the 450 as they'd neared the home corner. Flaming Famous snuck a length and a half on Revoose. They're still 2.5 clear of Blast. On the rails, Patio Furniture trying to squeeze up now, getting that run at the top of the straight. Gold Vein. Here comes Hip Wiggle down the outside, starting to set after these leaders. Revoose had hit the front from Flaming Famous. It'll be gobbled up though by Hip Wiggle. At the 150, Hip Wiggle surges to the lead. Here comes Passaran down the outside, finishing full of running. It's Hip Wiggle in front from Passaran, and it'll be too good, Hip Wiggle. Hip Wiggle won from Passaran. From last, Zip Zam Zoom motoring home late to grab third from Rodamonte Marlini. Then Vagabond Boy, Lollipop Lane, Brave Call next home from Blast. Revoose knock right up. True Aura next home. The Pacemaker also folded up in the straight, Flaming Famous. And the last 2 runners in, Gold Vein, who's back there with Patio Furniture. Number 5, the winner, Hip Wiggle, ridden by Joe Azapati, or Brad Parnham actually on Hip Wiggle there, the replacement. Brad booting Hip Wiggle away, and Hip Wiggle stealing the march. Passaran came full of running down the outside with his run, and so did Zip Zam Zoom, who was back there last in the big field and right out on its own down the middle of the course, running on, having been backed in very strongly, 6s to 370. Hip Wiggle, though, too good for them there in race 5. The Universal Ruler mare from Belly Dance, trained by Dan Morton, 1:39.41 the time, and 36.80 the 600 split. A length and a quarter, 1 3/4 with the margins 5.397. So Hip Wiggle continuing a good roll of form here for Dan Morton and Brad Parnham as well. Brad fresh off a wonderful weekend, and he continues that here this afternoon, deputising for his brother Chris, who'll be back in action on the weekend. Gobbled up the leaders and then had Passaran chasing down the outside. The Blackfriars gelding out of Formium, Brett Pope, Mitch Pateman, Zip Zam Zoom by Viscount from Donana Smoothie, Bo Banovic Edwards for the Fred Kersley stable, and Rodamonte 4th home. The Era WA Handicap race 6 at 440 is over 1,800 metres, and it's Mitch Pateman on 3 Dynamic Force, Clint Johnston Porter 9 Perfect Harmony. Brittany Taylor joining us downstairs now, and this good run of form continuing at the right time of the year for trainer Dan Morton.
Oh, you can just back anything that Danny puts a saddle on at the moment because they're just winning for fun. Hip Wiggle joins the list of horses that the stable has produced. Danny, talk us through the run today of Hip Wiggle.
Yeah, it's good. It was a perfect race for her. She won over a mile, won a maiden over a mile, and was sort of keen to get her back out there. Drew a bit of a sticky gate, so I just pretty much left that in Brad's hands. But yeah, in the 3 deep with cover line, he got a nice drag into it.
What about the riding changes? Obviously, Chris was injured. We saw Joey named, and then it was Brad. What was going on?
Oh, I just got a bit wrong-footed yesterday, to be honest, when I was sorting the riders out. But yeah, Brad was always going to ride her if Chris wasn't available.
What's next for her?
We'll just sort of, she's only low rated at the moment, so we'll just try and edge along. She might even get out a little bit further, which would be nice.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Brittany.
Danny Morton after the victory of Hip Wiggle, and Brad Parnham replacing brother Chris brings Hip Wiggle back to the winner's circle. This Universal Ruler mare out of belly dance, comes back into the winner's enclosure. But Scott, as soon as Brad got her into the open, the way she accelerated, she just put pay to them pretty quickly, and it was only Passaran who was sort of catching the eye back in the field, but there was just too much ground to make up.
Yeah, it certainly was, Britt. It was right place, right time, and a wonderful ride by Brad Parnham, as we get used to time and time again. He had a day out on Saturday. It's rolled into Wednesday, and as Darren McCall, I just mentioned, Britt, isn't Danny Morton's stable hitting form at the right time? They come back to Ascot and they invariably fire, but this is something else at the moment. They're having a sensational run. We'll grab Brad Parnham after he weighs in for a word here, but it's 5, 3, 9 and 7. 5 hip wiggle scores, and I'm going to be interested to ask Bradley what he thought of this mare's effort last start. She was in that four-way photo. What did you think of the run at Northam?
It was a good run, but I felt like the trip was just a bit short last time. It was really only putting in the big strides in the last sort of 50 metres. So I was quietly confident just stepping up to the 16 that we were going to be right in the finish. Probably pressed the button a bit early. I thought maybe the front runners, especially that review, so I thought it might have given me something to chase for a bit, but I rounded it in pretty quickly, and I was probably left exposed 150 out, but still did the job well.
When things are going your way, they just keep going your way, Bradley. Were you always confident you'd be able to find a spot? Gate 11 was pretty sticky.
It was sticky, but, you know, 3 deep with cover sort of seems the place to be today, so I was just hoping I could get a 3 deep with cover line, and fortunate enough I was able to, although the horse didn't really sort of take me into it far, which is probably why I got going as early as I did, but yeah, just in that early stages, having that cover probably made the difference. Mrs. Adele in the last to pick up ride for you, and looks like 3 wide with cover's probably the spot for her. Yeah, it's drawn wide as well, so yeah, probably by the end of the day everyone's going to want to be there, but look, if I can lob a 3 deep with cover line somewhere, and yeah, I don't know much about the horse, but from what I've been told, it's gone well, so yeah, if I get the right one run, it should be right there. Congratulations, Bradley, well done. Thank you.
Brad Parnham and Danny Morton combining with Hip Wiggle. Good to see so many connections out here on their Wednesday afternoon to watch their horse salute in race number 5.
Tigers waiting to be tamed.